How are y'all doing? I hope you're all well. I am doing good. Big things coming up in the horizon for my future, so things are things are good here. So, before I get into this video, a Rock of Ages, I think he's Brother Rock USA now. He's doing a raffle for, I think it's called Choose Your Own Path 3D Printing and Carving, I think is the name of the fella's channel. But he's going through some bad medical stuff. So Rock of Ages, I think Brother Rock USA is his channel. Brother Rock USA is doing a raffle. He's raffling off, I think, 2 axes and an old Homelight chainsaw. And I think there's other people adding stuff to the raffle too. So if you go to Brother Rock USA's channel, there'll be a link for the GoFundMe. I think every $20 gets you entered in to win these vintage axes with handmade handles and an old Homelight chainsaw. I think there's some silver in there. I never watched, but check out Brother Rock USA. It's a raffle for a good cause. 20 bucks gets you an entry. Spreading the word for them. And let's get into this video. It's a pretty cool one. Yeah, so all snowmobile parts and snowmobile are going to get hauled home. I'm going to shove them in my garage. That's the plan for the day. All right, got a Ultra 680 here. we got a few parts. Okay, I will admit I have the messiest garage possible, but anyways, here's the motor, here's the skid, here's the sled. It's all kind of, the body's all flapping, that's all bent, and she's in bad shape, boys. It's got 2 different trailing arms on it. Some kid tried to jam some different motor in it, so it's all real whack in the motor mount department. There, that's a cab that I bought. There's my other Ultra. There's a cab that came on it. Some other crap. So yeah, that's the starting point right there. Wow, this whole cab's in way worse shape than I thought it was. I got tearing into some of the old fiberglass work. It was all fiberglass here. The fiberglass didn't hold. So here's the stuff I did. The stuff up there was, I think they just prepped it really crappy. It didn't stick. So like you see even there's fiberglass like over the old foams. So I gotta grind that up and, oh boy, oh well. So through it all, fiberglass all the cracks. Yeah, I got the chain case pulled out, the drive shaft pulled out, because while I was doing my inspections, I realized this little bugger was loose. Woo! See, that's a sight glass. That's a felt plug. On these water pumps, on these Fuji big block motors, 1996 only, they had, I think, a 040 oil he put in there to the sight glass mark. So you got to put oil in them to lube them. All other years, the water pumps self-lubricate with your oil injection, but the 96s, you have to add oil separately. All right, things are moving and shaking here. I think before I do anything, I'm gonna put some oil in this oil tank, get some oil coming to the line,
hook the line up, hold the oil pump wide open, turn the motor over a bit. Try to get a bit of a prime going there. All my new cables, got to get those set up. The throttle cable's like just long enough. Probably be okay. I did order an extension that I'm probably going to put on to make this cable longer to route it a bit better, but it's hooked up for now. So I'll get gotta set my chokes up, sync the carb, set those up, get the oil line hooked up, and then got to put oil in that, and then I guess probably put the airbox on, figure out the Veriflow system, then probably put coolant in it, I guess, and then gotta plug in the wires, pipes. So, you know what? She'll be running before long. So this is the original dash that came with the sled. The needle's kind of faded out. It's missing the turny thing. And all these are faded, and this is cracked. It looks wet. It's wet now because I just washed all the snow and ice and stuff off it. But it is pretty faded. So I bought another donor hook. And here's the dash with that one. And look at these. These lights are mint. Gauges, excellent. It shows more miles, but whatever. This one shows 3,015. This one shows 4,500. Whatever, that doesn't really matter. It's got the cool purple backing. I'm going to pull the gauges and lights out of that one. Take those gauges and lights, put them in this dash, get some kind of fancy wax or tire shiner or something to beautify this dash up. And yeah, see how crafty those lights look? See how nice those lights look? So that's cool. That's gonna be cool. So I've been collecting parts for this sled for the past year or so. I'm just kind of mix and matching the better of the stuff that I have to make a nice product. Wow, now that is a nice dash. Ooh. Ooh, just mildly faded on the inside there, but whatever. Look at that. Ooh, best of the best. That's gonna look so good. Okay, now that they're dried off a bit, you can see how faded that one is and how not faded that. Most of that stuff there, that's just wax. That's not that. So that's the old fadedness. And then I sanded it. I started heat gunning it. I think I'm onto something here. So I think I'm gonna strip it down and go for it. All right, so I was able to get this light fixture apart because it was all dirty on the inside. So now I getting it cleaned up pretty good, all shined up. And I can put her back together. Whew. Yeah, man, things are happening. Minus 21 Celsius out today. Nice and cooking in here. Stripping decals and sanding hoods. Lots of fiberglass work to do. Well, fiberglass work on the inside's done. Now I just gotta do the Bondo and, you know, finishing stuff, and we'll get some color on this thing. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah! Now I gotta set up my oil cable. Got this little baby installed. Things are happening. Sucks that cable's got that kink in it, but that's the way it is. I don't know why it's aftermarket cable. It's right at the end of its adjustment. I actually had to grab that mounting tab there, the pair of pliers, and bend it out to get the adjustment out of it. And it's just right at the mark, or barely a hair below the mark maybe. It's right there. So, oh well. We're set up. That screw right there is the bleed screw for the oil pump. So I'm just gonna let that gravity drain for a bit. Just let it drip for a bit while I'm
do another step before I put it together.
All right, we got the jerry can gas tank, got the fuel line, got the fuel filter. We're set up good enough for a quick fire up. Pipes are on, there's some by one spring each on the front. I have a leather string here tying the oil pump wide open to help that prime. All these hoses are for the Veriflow system. We'll worry about that another time. I got no air box on it, not recommended, but I'm just going to fire it up for a second just to hear it run. When I rebuilt this engine, but it sat for a year. So I rebuilt it with, I used engine oil, I think, for assembly lube, so she's going to smoke quite a bit. I got this cap off, let some air out of it. So I'm just going for a first fire up here. Sanding and body filling here. I missed one little crack here, so I had to fiberglass that. But pretty, you know, it's coming. Okay.
So the Ultra works awesome. Could not be happier with it. In those clips when I was riding it, it was like +7 out. So it was running rich. I could have cranked it a bit leaner on the Veriflow, but you could see it was like low snow on this lake and there was not much lubrication, and I was just playing around anyways. Motor's still fairly fresh, so I didn't bother leaning it out. But the weekend before that, it was like -30 Celsius and I was out riding it. And the plugs were burning just like light brown. And holy crap, man. Talk about power. You barely hit the gas, like half throttle, and that thing just on in. Like, it felt scary. Not scary the fact that I'm scared of the power that it has. It just felt scary, like it was gonna blow up. Like, it was just so spicy. You're like, a 680 shouldn't be this spicy. So I guess that's just the Mod Blaster pipes, because it wasn't running overly lean. So pretty wild. So there's obviously lots involved with this project. The rear skid there's stuff was messed up. There's stuff messed up in the steering. There's stuff messed up in the wiring. So there's some more cosmetic stuff to do on the sled a bit. And then once it's all done, I'll do a walk around video showing the final product and then talk about everything and what I did and everything else. So this is this for now, and we'll talk to you later, guys. Have a good one.